right, let's do some factorising. Okay, so we're looking at these ones here. So let's start off with number 1. So I'll just have that, keep that handy. And I'm going to write, so we've got, let's have a look. So 3x squared plus 5x. So the question we're really asking is, we've got 2 components to this. Well, what's common to each of them? Well, there's nothing common to the coefficients. 3 and 5 are not really multiples of each other. So we're not going to worry about that. But I do notice we've got an x and an x of some sort. So if I was to put an x outside the brackets and then ask the question, what times x makes 3x squared? So, well, 3 times x makes 3x, but I need another x. So it's going to be an x here, because 3x times x is 3x squared, or if you like, x times x is x squared, times 3 in front makes 3x squared. So the next question is, what times x makes 5x? Well, 5 times x makes 5x. And there is our solution. All right, let's look at another one. What about, I've got 6x minus 3x squared. So again, I'm going to ask what's common to these two. But this time I'm noticing, well, I got a 3 and I got a 6, and 3 is actually a factor of 6. So I can actually write a 3 and an x outside the brackets. Now ask, what times 3x makes 6x? Well, 2 lots of 3x makes 6x. And what times 3x makes negative 3x squared? Well, minus x and 3x makes negative 3x squared, because x times x is x squared, and a minus and a 3 makes minus 3. So there is my solution. All right, keeping going here. Let's have a look. Let's see now. We've got some good ones here. I like these ones. What about this one here? We've got x squared plus x cubed. So I've got an x squared plus an x cubed. So what's common here? Well, obviously an x of some sort. But when I say of some sort, what I'm noticing here is the smallest x I've actually got is an x squared. So if I was to put an x squared outside and say, what times x squared makes x squared? Well, it's going to be 1. Because 1 times x squared is x squared. And what times x squared makes x cubed? Well, x squared is just 1 more x. There it is. X squared, or x to the power of 1, if you like, times x to the power of 2. We add the powers. And in the end, we're going to say x squared times x to the 1 is x cubed. So this is my solution. All right, I'm noticing we've got one more here, which looks very exciting. Got a couple here, actually. I like this one here. You got 4x squared plus 2. All right, well, what's common here? Well, there's no x's, but 2's common to both. 2 is a factor of 4. So I'm just going to write a 2 outside, then ask the question, what times 2 makes 4x squared? Well, 2 times 2 would be 4. And if I put an x there, 2 times 2x would be 4x. But we need one more x. Here we go. Put a squared there. 2 times 2x squared would be 4x squared. Now, what else have I got? Oh, I've got a 2 here. Well, what times 2 makes 2? Well, 1 makes 2. 1 times 2 makes 2. And there's my solution. All right, I've got another one here. I think I'm going to do this one first. X cubed plus x squared minus x is equal to. Well, this time I'm going to have 3 components within the bracket. So I'll look at what's common, or x is common outside. And x is the smallest thing. So what times x makes x cubed? Well, that's going to be x squared, because that's x to the 1. And then multiplied, add the powers, I get an x3. Now, what times x to the 1 makes x to the 2? Well, x to the 1. So x to the 1 times x to the 1 makes x to the 2. And what times x to the 1 makes negative x? Well, negative 1. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x, or just negative x. And there is my solution.